rise today, along with my colleague from North Dakota, Senator Kevin Cramer, to honor the 2024 NCAA FCS National Champions, the North Dakota State University Bison. And yes, it is pronounced Bison. And anyone from Bison Nation, which is the ardent fan base that supports this great program, will tell you that. On Monday night, the Bison finished another impressive football season by winning their 10th FCS national title. Correct, their 10th. The Bison broke their own record for the most FCS titles of all time, including their wins in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021, and now 2024. They have won actually 19. That's just 10 since 2011. They've actually won 19 NCAA football championships. The game was on national television with more than 3 million people watching as it neared its exciting conclusion. And I had the opportunity last night to talk to President Trump about it. And he said right away, he said, "You guys have a great team." Senator Cramer was there as well. And I think, matter of fact, I think Senator Cramer texted him either during or right after the game. I'm not sure. He'll tell us. But needless to say, I waited till Wednesday night to talk to the President, but he right away said, "You have a great team, great program, and of course we want him back at the White House." And we had him there, Kevin, I think it was 5 years ago, and it was, to say a great visit would be an understatement. I mean, it was unbelievable. The President took time to talk to all of the football players, had him come to the Oval Office. And I think he had a great time, but great experience. And so we are very excited about going back and truly appreciate President Trump's hospitality, willingness to have this great team back. But also, you realize that President Trump, he's a real sports fan. Yeah. He really is. He knows about our Bison team. And, of course, everybody else's team, too. He knows his sports. It was a hard-fought game, but I have to say it was a hard-fought game. We played a truly worthy opponent, the Montana State University Bobcats. The Bobcats actually had an unbeaten season going at that point, and really had steamrolled a lot of very good teams, and they are to be commended as well. And point of interest there, their coach, Brent Vegan, outstanding coach, class guy. You saw that, the way he handled the game. Obviously, it was a very, they played their hearts out. It was a tough loss for them, but they showed absolute class, starting with their coach and their fan base, certainly the team. And actually, he was a player for the North Dakota Bison. He was a tight end on our football team a number of years back, and was an offensive coordinator. So he was coached at North Dakota State University, and he has turned that Montana State program around, and they are a tough program and will continue to be. He's an outstanding coach. So the championship capped off a great season for the Bison. They ended 14-2 and proved once again that they really are a dominant force when it comes to FCS football. And so I just want to take a minute now to recognize and congratulate the players and the coaches who were so vital to this success. Quarterback Cam Miller just had an incredible game. He just had an incredible year, but really showed his mettle in this final game. He led the team. He was, of course, named the most outstanding player. He rushed 18 times for 121 yards. So he rushed 18 times, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And he completed 19 of 22 passes for almost 200 yards. Now, those are the kind of stats that are just off the chart. But his leadership all year long, and certainly in the playoffs, was just unbelievable. Also, I want to acknowledge Marty Brown. He is a freshman running back who won the Jerry Rice Award as the Freshman of the Year, and obviously just had an incredible year. Very prestigious award, rushed for more than 1,000 yards and scored 14 touchdowns during the year. Also, I want to recognize wide receiver Bryce Lance, tremendous young receiver. He tied the record on Monday for the most single-season touchdowns in Missouri Valley Conference history, which is the conference that the Bison play in, and had a total of 17 touchdowns. So we honor the whole team, though. It takes a team and incredible players, incredible senior leadership, a number of whom are going to be drafted, don't question about it, or there'll be high draft choices. Well coached by Tim Polasek, who's a first-year coach. Now, he's a former Bison as well, coach under Craig Bowl for the Bison. And he came back, and this was his first year as head coach, and so obviously exciting for him to win the title in his first year. Also, some other coaches I want to mention. I specifically want to mention Coach Randy Hedberg, who's a longtime friend of mine, and he is the quarterback's coach. And this guy is a quarterback whisperer. He coached quarterbacks who are in the NFL now, Carson Wentz, who's with the Chiefs, Easton Stick, who's with the Chargers, Trey Lance, who's with the Dallas Cowboys. This guy, he was actually a professional quarterback himself, amongst other teams, played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the first game the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won, Randy Hedberg, John McKay was the coach, and the very first game they won as an expansion team, Randy Hedberg was the quarterback. But he's got the gift, and so we get these great players, and we have a string of players that go to the NFL, and no doubt Cam Miller will as well. Coach Devin Kleiman, who's the son of former Bison head coach Chris Kleiman, who's now at Kansas State. The legacy goes on, and Chris Kleiman's son Devin is with us. Carlton Littlejohn, who was a standout linebacker. I remember watching him play. But then also Coach Grant Olson, a former player. His wife, Amy, is a professional golfer. So this is an athletic family. Those kids are going to be something else, I tell you what. But he was selected as the 2025 class of the American Football Coaches Association 35 under 35 Coaches Leadership Institute. So did a tremendous job with the defense. But to all of the coaches, and of course, most of all to these incredible young student athletes, they were just awesome this year. Did an incredible job, and so I want to congratulate all of them. Congratulate Athletic Director Matt Larson and another individual who's a good friend of both of ours, Dave Cook, the president of the university, class act. Big kudos to him. And I got to conclude on Bison Nation. Oh, I forgot my posters. I'll show them quick. Here they are celebrating after the big win in Frisco, Texas. We kind of like to refer to Frisco, Texas as Fargo South. One of the high schools in Fargo is called Fargo South, and so maybe that's how it got started. But we love Frisco. We love Frisco, Texas. Having won 10 championships there, that may have something to do with it, but it's a marvelous place. Here they are celebrating afterwards, and then here's the coach holding up. That's Coach Tim Polasek holding up the trophy there. And I think you can see Kevin Cramer in the back. No, I guess not. I guess we were here, so we
was not there.
So we weren't there, but we would have loved to have been there. But Bison Nation really supports this team, and you can't do it without that kind of fan base. Although I got to tell you, the Montana State Bobcats were there in force, because I talked to players, or talked to some of the folks that were there, some of the alumni and fans that got to the game, and they said Montana State really supported their team well. So with that, I'm going to turn to my colleague, Senator Cramer, who is going to offer some more remarks. And like I say, we're excited because our work's not done. We'll continue to work with the team and look forward to a White House visit.